Hi, my name is Taryn Wagner. I originally hail from Harriman, Utah. I'm super excited to be part of this children's lit class. I'm currently in my senior year. This is actually the semester I'm supposed to graduate. Let's hope all goes well. And I am currently taking this children's lit class because I love children's literature. I'm hoping to write and illustrate my own children's books someday. I'm super excited to be part of the class, and here's my top 10 children's books. Bear with me, I might glance at my notes every once in a while because I have the memory of a dingbat. So, first and foremost, Harold and the Purple Crayon. This is one of my particular favorites because it always inspired me as a kid. Super imaginative. I love the idea of being able to draw and create my own world since I've always loved drawing. And I highly recommend that one if you haven't read it. It also introduces my favorite color. My next one up is Wooly Has 24 Sisters. This one's really fun because it's all about this boy lamb that is fed up with the fact that he has 24 sisters and they just want to play girly things, and he's like, I just want to be with some boys. I need some bro time. And it's all about compromise, and it's really fun, cute little novel. My next one up is Joey Runs Away. And this one is a hysterical story about this baby kangaroo who does not want to clean his room, so he does the practical thing and he runs away from home. And so it's all about him trying to find a new home while his mother, in the meantime, is looking for him and trying to stop others from trying to move into her pouch. Really funny, really good illustrations. The next one up is called The New Baby. I'm going to butcher her name, by Cyndy Szekeres. And she does really beautiful illustration work. I highly recommend if you're into art or anything. They're very cute, very heartwarming pictures, and it's a heartwarming story about this baby mouse that's actually getting a baby brother, and he's just adjusting to this new change in his home. So it's very cute, very interesting, and something that a lot of kids, I think, have to deal with at some point. The last of the picture books that I've chosen is Are You My Mother? This one has always been a favorite. We quote it all the time. You are not my mother, you are a snort. Like, this is the book we quote together as a family, and we always go back and reread. Really love it. Highly recommend if you haven't had to check out this book by P. Eastman. Now up to my other 5, which are chapter books. First up is the Chronicles of Prydain. One of my favorite series of all time. Might be because the main character's name, Taran, sounds like Taryn, and honestly, this character gets really great development throughout the course of the series. It teaches really good morals. It's a really fun romp. It gets a little grittier than some children's books, but really fun overall, and I highly recommend. The next one up is, of course, the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. Everybody, I'm sure majority have read it, majority like it. I actually grew to love it more as an adult rather than a kid. I had a few favorites of the series, but there were some that I kind of had to struggle through, but now that I'm older, I really appreciate. I love all the themes, I love all the characters, and it's just a fantastic world to be in, and I highly recommend if you haven't had the chance to read. This next one, I don't know if many people have heard of. It's known as the 3 Investigators series. It's by a man named Robert Arthur, and it is very fun. It's in the same vein as Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, and particularly, I just love these kids. They're 3 super funny kids. The main kid's super pudgy, and yet he has a great brain. The second kid's super athletic, but he's crazy cowardly. The other kid is Bob, and he's just practical as all get out. You gotta love Bob. And they honestly, it's just them solving little mysteries throughout their town, driving around in a Rolls Royce that they won in a contest. They won a chauffeur. Like, they're super smart. I highly recommend. Sadly, they're out of print. You would have to buy them from Amazon or eBay. But very good books, the 3 Investigators series. My next one up is The Hobbit by Tolkien. Really love this book. One of my first fantasy books ever read. Still read it. Love it today. Love the story. Love how he tells the story. Love the characters. Love the humor. Highly recommend if you haven't read. And my top favorite series, possibly of all time, just because these were the books that got me into reading. Like, as a kid, I really didn't like reading. I looked at picture books, but I didn't like to read chapter books until I read these in 3rd grade, and they were the Brian Jacques Redwall series. This just floored me. It took me away. I loved it. Swashbuckling adventure, lots of fun, lots of feasting, and all done with anthropomorphic mice. And he writes super well, has crazy poems, crazy fun stories, and some good morals slipped in there. And I highly recommend any of them if you haven't read them. I personally prefer the original Redwall, which was his first book, and then Mossflower and Martin the Warrior if you haven't been able to check those out. So those are my top 10 books. I'm super excited to be part of this class and can't wait to meet you all. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys around.